Hi there, so great win for us today, beating Wolverhampton 5-0 in the last game of the season. Your thoughts on the game?
Honestly, it's basically just like last season. You know, we had a disappointing end to the season, but Mikel let them loose, you know, against Wolves. Nothing to play for, but we got the job done. Massive win. Honestly, like last season, it was a bit, you know, it was a bit drowned, it was a bit dead. The atmosphere, you know, the Asperton Army had it going last season, but the North Bank was dead. But this season, you know, this game, the last game of the season, there was something different about it. It was like everyone was up for it, you know. No one felt down, you know. We might have, you know, bottled the league or whatever, but we got Champions League next season, you know. We're back in the big time with the big boys, and you know, we could go again next season, and there's all that. We haven't bottled something that we should be in. You know, we exceeded expectations.
Yeah, for sure. Today, Xhaka, it looks like it was his last game for us from all the rumours we're hearing, and what a way for him to finish with it is. 2 goals, brilliant performance.
Honestly, I'm so glad for him because, you know, there are, you know, I don't know, I can't really remember. I remember back to the day where he got sent off, or no, well, he threw the captain's armband and shirt or whatever. And before I knew the reasoning, you know, I was like, oh, the fans are going to hate him now, you know, oh, fuck this and that. But then once you knew the actual reasons behind it, I was absolutely fine with it. You know, I didn't condone what he done, but I understood the reason why he done it. But I've never hated Xhaka. I've always been a supporter of him, and honestly, it's really glad to see him go out on a high.
Yeah, and today, 5 goals. It meant that we have exceeded our goals record in the season in the Premier League. That's outstanding. Really brilliant. We saw Saka scoring again today. Gabriel Jesus scoring. Brilliant in terms of that as a stat. Is a really great stat for us, and we know we've come a long way this season. Like when you look at it, last season we were 24 points behind Man City. Yeah. We finished only 5 points behind them this season. It's been a great improvement.
It really has, and you know, if I was talking to you last season, I said, and you told me if we get second, 5 points behind City, and how many points are we above Newcastle United? About what, 15? If you told me that, I would have taken it straight away. So I can't be disappointed that, you know, I'm not going to be one of those people who say we did bottle it, because we did. Come on, we dropped points against Southampton, West Ham, you know, 2-0 up against Liverpool. But you know, we have the arguments that we should have won against Brentford. We got, you know, goals, you know, they didn't draw the lines or whatever. But it is what it is. You know, I will take that happily. Second, and we can go again next season. And you know, it's just a really good atmosphere around. It's the second, obviously, the last 10 minutes of the clock run, it was bouncing, and I loved it.
So before I ask you for your player of the season, first for today's game, who's your man of the match?
That's a hard one because I thought Saka looked like his old self again. He hasn't been, you know, the same since we dipped in form. I thought Odegaard was good, you know, just doing everything he normally does, you know. But that's the thing, you know, no one really looked like they were going for it today. It was almost like a training session. You know, it was just, you know, once we got into the second half, it was just flicks and, you know, chips and, you know, everyone was just having fun with it. So, but honestly, I'm going to give it to Granit Xhaka. Why not? You know, I think I've given him man of the match on this channel once before, and you know, it's his last game for the club. We think, and why not? You know, he scored 2 great goals. It's just a brilliant performance and a brilliant day.
Okay, so now a difficult question. There's so many great performances this season. Who would you give your player of the season to?
Oh, you know, you twist them arm there. I change it every minute, you know. 1 minute it's Martinelli, then it's Odegaard, then it's Saka, but then it's Ramsdale, but then it's Ben White. But then it's Salih. Oh, I don't know. I really can't tell you. I don't. I reckon it's between Saka and Odegaard, but I really can't put my finger on it. I really can't. I'm not going to decide on that, but I'll say the most underrated player has got to be Gabriel or Reece Nelson.
Okay, and what would you give our performance for the season overall out of 10?
Well, I think last year, after top 4, I think I gave it 7. That's the thing, I was chatting to the guy next to me, I said a 9, and then he said to me, what if we won the Europa League and got second? And I was like, I'd have to give it a 9.5, so I think it's fair enough to give it a 5. I mean, a 9, sorry. I don't think it's a 10 if we won the title, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, so 9, I'm happy with that.
Okay, and what do you think we need to do to close the gap to Man City? We've closed it a lot compared to last season, 24 points better than last season. only 5 this season. What do you think we need to do in terms of the transfer window now, going forwards, to improve and get ahead of them?
No, I'm not being funny, but I just don't see anyone catching that City team for the next 5 years. I really don't. You know, I think I really don't. Honestly, since I've been watching football, the only team that I've seen look as good as this City team is the 2011 to 13 Barcelona team. Honestly, it's an unbelievable team, and I think they're going to win the next 2-3 Premier Leagues.
Okay, and just looking at the transfer window though, where do you think we do need to improve the team?
Well, I think the whole, we were going for centre mid, this season, and I think we need to go again next season because, Xhaka looks like he's leaving. Partey's 32, El Nene's not really good enough. I think, we're going after Rice. I think Rice, Caicedo, Odegaard just in front of them, I think that'd be a brilliant little midfield trio.
Okay, anywhere else you think we need to improve the squad?
I'm going to say striker because I don't think Jesus is the striker we need. I think he's more of a winger. We've seen it, he's not an out-and-out goal scorer a lot. I don't know who to bring in, I really don't, but I think we could try and strengthen up front.